Hi, hello everyone. This is Shanmugaraj. Welcome to my channel, AgileBizLeaders. This is an initiative to build a global knowledge sharing platform in the domains of leadership, agile, and project management. You can join me and help me with that either by subscribing to this channel or sharing my videos to your friends, right? So, having said that, let us get into today's video. Currently, we are discussing some of the leadership ideas from MIT Sloan School of Management. Today's topic is how to build a culture of AI ethics. How organizations build a culture of artificial intelligence ethics. So, this particular article has been published on April 8th, 2025. Why does it matter? From risk management policies to the five stages of AI ethics, here's how some of the organizations approach ethical AI. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing industries by automating customer service, optimizing the supply chains, personalizing the marketing campaigns, and in countless other ways. But the great power comes with great responsibility. So, organizations today must work to ensure that AI systems they build or they implement are safe, secure, unbiased, and transparent. Right? So, during a recent webinar hosted by MIT, they highlighted a number of ethical risks that AI can introduce to the businesses. These include algorithmic bias in machine learning, verifying varying levels of model transparency, cybersecurity vulnerabilities, and the possibility that AI will serve users insensitive or inappropriate content. Right? So to counteract these risks, organizations need to embed ethical practices into AI solutions, right? So they also need to ensure that the teams and individuals are also engaged in ethical AI as part of their everyday work. So let us look at some of the AI ethical practices at some of the companies like Unilever and Scotiabank, right? So companies are adopting a variety of strategies to integrate AI ethics into their operations, right? So that include appointing heads of AI ethics, performing research about the topic, conducting beta testing, right? And using external assessors to evaluate the use cases, right? So let's look at consumer packaged goods company Unilever, for example. They created an AU assurance function that examines each new AI application to determine its risk level in terms of both effectiveness and ethics. Right? So, this process requires individuals to propose a use case to fill out a questionnaire. An AI based application then determines whether the use case is likely to be approved or whether there are underlying problems with the use case, right? So this process ensures that AI models are aligned with ethical guidelines of the organization before it gets deployed. So let us take another example from Scotia Bank. So they developed an AI risk management policy and a data ethics team to advance a data ethics policy, right? The policies are part of the Canadian Bank's Code of Conduct, so which all employees must agree to follow every year, right? The company also requires a mandatory data ethics education for all employees working in customer insights, data analytics, right? So Bank also worked with Deloitte to develop an automated ethics assistant similar to Unilever's, right? That reviews each use case before it deployed. So the bank also involves employees in managing unstructured data to determine the most effective answers to the customer questions, right? So this kind of democratization of the process is important not only to your ethics but also to your productivity as an organization and getting these systems up and running. So what are the stages in AI ethics? So MIT refers five stages of AI ethics, right? So they play a crucial roles in fostering ethical AI development and deployment and use within organizations, right? So as companies advance through the stages, they move from the talk to the actions, right? The first stage of AI ethics is eventualism. In this stage, representatives of the company speak internally and externally about the importance of AI ethics, right? The second stage is policies. The company deliberates on and approves a set of corporate policies to ensure ethical approaches to AI are established. Third is documentation. The company records data on each AI use case. This could include the use of model cards, which explain how the models were designed to be used and how they've been evaluated, right? The fourth stage could be review. The company performs or sponsors a systematic review of each use case to determine whether it meets the company's criteria for responsible AI. The fifth and final stage is action. The company develops a process whereby each use case is either accepted as is or returned to the proposing owner for the revision or rejected. Yeah. So with this, we've come to the conclusion of this particular video. Hope you guys got a better understanding how to go about implementing ethical AI in your organization in stages actually. So you have seen some of the examples of Scotia Bank and Unilever, how they put a team of uh, uh, the persons who evaluate the effectiveness of the use cases, and they have an automated process for that, right? So we also discussed about why ethical AI is so important. We also discussed about there are 5 stages you can navigate for implementing ethical AI, right? I hope you guys like these kind of videos that helps you to become a better leader, right? So with that, I'm signing off. See you in the next video.